Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays Dead Cells. We sucked really bad last video. Not even last run, because that implies that, there was only one bad run. In reality, there were two bad runs. Balance Blade. Apologies for my WD-40 situation. Ruka, would you like to leave? If you'd like to, there you go. Get that administrative stuff handled before our 20 to 50 minute long Dead Cells run starts. Balance Blade's fine. Then, to be honest with you, I do like Explosive Crossbow. I know, it's off to work I go. I'm probably being the arbiter and the architect of my own demise. Because I still don't typify it, by the way. One sec here. Can't afford to take it. Can afford to sell it. Recycle it if you'd prefer. If you want to use the bougie word for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're gonna be broke, but I think it's highly worth it to get a good skeleton for a build going early. We're gonna go straight into tactics. And I'm gonna stand by this, because we got two decent items right off the bat. But yeah, we're going for what appears to be a tactics build, and, you know, to be honest with you, I'm pretty okay with this. I'm comfortable with the tactics build. Perhaps I should be, trying to diversify my approach. Definitely now that we're not able to heal between floors and we only get a few different opportunities to actually gain some heals, it's a lot harder. Life's a lot tougher now in Dead Cells than it was when we hit that sweet spot of being able to pretty reliably win. Oh, that was a level of tactics too. Might have been worth taking for now. But we've kind of got like a methodology, wouldn't you say? You know, we know what perks we need to take in order to have a chance to replenish HP. I would really, really prefer to not have to go for Curse again. Just because, you know, when it works, you look like a genius. When it doesn't work, you just die. It's not even like you look stupid. You just straight up, like, instantaneously die. Covers the ground with oil that burns all around you. If it had a level of anything associated with it, I probably would have taken it. We're looking at, okay, right, that's a Hunter's Grenade. One of these days we'll peep it, but I'm out of my comfort zone on this difficulty level. I'm trying to get back into my comfort zone, and now, dude, I'm not being picky about 1,000 gold. As skeptical as I was, I think one of the, this better be the sewers, by the way. Let's go. One of the better things they did with the baguette update, and I mean, there's a lot of good stuff, actually. The forge rework is probably the best thing, in my opinion, but they did also make gold substantially more worthwhile. Now, I was thinking, 5 grand upgrade to ++. Give me ++ right off the bat. That's a level of tactics. Give it to me early. Can't afford much else. I don't want to reforge the modifiers on that. Victims burn. It's a lot of gold just to get back to where we started. Sure, extra damage to a burning target. We have a mild synergy. I'm still going for death, like being saved from death once. I was told that you don't get saved from death if you have the curse. You know, the kill X enemies or you're doomed curse. I don't know if that's true. But when I heard it, I was like, that sounds very plausible. We made it here with a little bit of time to spare. And we're going, in contrast to what we did recently, we're kind of going all out on attack here right off the bat. And by attack, I mean tactics, because it is kind of dubious. Also, I feel like I learned a valuable lesson over the last 2 episodes. And we'll save that kebab for later. I feel like I learned a valuable lesson over the last 2 episodes. And that valuable lesson is just, you don't have to fight elites. I know that on the previous difficulty level, they were pretty easy, and the rewards that they give are really good. Admittedly, you know, potentially game-changing if you can kill them easily. But if you can't, don't force it, because you're just going to put yourself in a, you know, it's not worth using, like, all of your heals, you know? So as obvious as this is of a build, Double Death Orb is extremely great, even if there's no elemental synergy running with them. At least my experience. on lower difficulty levels is that they're extremely great. We'll see if that holds true in, you know, the modern world here. But for now, I'm pretty pleased with the way this run's going. Admittedly, every single hit that we take is gonna put a real damper on our ability to enjoy life, but I feel like we got kind of a good thing going right here. Just ignore the enemies. Oh! Oh, I never should have gone for the charge there. You might think from my voice that I got hit if you're just listening, but I didn't. But I probably should have. Okay, so now we can get a level of something that's not just pure damage. More or less. I gotta be honest with you. I feel like 7 in your primary this early in the game is way faster than you would ever expect. So in contrast to what I was saying literally like a couple of seconds ago, I am definitely gonna try to murder this guy. Now I prefer to do it in like an open area like this one. Wow, we got so lucky. Now, we got unlucky on loot, but we got real lucky just to be able to kill him. So I feel pretty solid about that. Really, just like stop. Get the cursed sword out of my face. Get it out of my face. I don't want to see it. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. We don't need it. That was a great fight, though. I'm kind of jazzed after that elite fight. Feeling like we're probably not gonna die on the first floor. What a world. Less enemies, more treasure, please. Second floor, I should say. Right now, the balanced blade... Oh, dude, let's try. I'll give it a shot. The balanced blade exists for us to kill enemies quickly. I really can't do this, even though it's colorless. Just can't justify it. Now, keep in mind... Don't have cooldown reduction yet, so... I saw my moment. I saw my moment and I took it. Okay. 6 enemies left. Stop? That'll work. 5 enemies left. So we are going to have to leave here. Lovely. 2 enemies left, which means they're all dead. Okay, just don't fall in the poison, and you're smelling like a rose coming out of here, dude. And if you have to sing Kiss from a Rose to make yourself, you know, concentrate, then so be it. There used to be a grand tower alone on the sea. You became... We don't need to sing it anymore, but how can you stop singing Kiss from a Rose, dude? It's an all-time classic. Try not to jump into the poison whenever possible. Not leaving any scrolls behind. I'm gonna just say it. There's an outside chance we're gonna hit 10 levels in our primary stat by the end of the 2nd floor. Depends how close we are. Wow, I rolled into it like an absolute idiot. And then I got hit by that as well. And the poison's chunking me down. But I have 2 kebabs. Not bad at all, actually. I don't even think... I mean, we probably left all these enemies alive back here. Or many of them, at least. Probably deserve to be hit there. We probably won't even have to, heal, like, using one of our charges. I really did, and I'm very happy that I didn't do it, but... I thought about using the kebab to heal off of, like, our poison damage from slightly earlier. I'm really, really glad we didn't do that. Now, we are still trying to make the ramparts door That's the tricky part right there. We got through that, thankfully. A turret is not bad. Extra damage to a poison target, but... I don't think you need to even do that anymore. Like, pick them up and then drop them. You can just sell them on the ground. I don't know if you ever needed to do that, now that I think about it. Still in time for our timed door on the ramparts, which we definitely want to get to. What do you got for me? I don't really want to spend. In fact, I would hazard a guess that even beyond wanting to spend, I just don't know if we have the capability to spend time. Ice Shock. I guess it is kind of tempting to take Ice Shock, and you know, we could use it to replace the balanced blade. It's nice to kill aerial enemies, though. Like, enemies that are not Times New Roman. Yeah, it's a joke about fonts. Get over it. Personally, I like Palatino Lena type. Get out of here, web developer. This must be Ancient Sewers access. It's looking like we're gonna miss that next door. Wait, am I a fool and a charlatan and an idiot? Because this is our exit, right? That's our exit. We're not gonna make it. We might make it. We're probably not gonna make it, though. We're gonna try. No, you gotta go. That's not helpful. We got 18 seconds and we gotta do some climbing. I'm thinking it's unlikely. Missing one scroll's not the end of the world, though. Alright, give me a ++ modifier. Extra damage on burning, extra damage on bleeding. We'll go for the extra damage on burning. Oh, we can get the other one up there, too. It's so expensive, but... Already, what did I tell you? 10 levels of tactics. So now we're going to go straight into efficiency. And then we're going to run as fast as we freaking can. This is way, way, way too much damage, if I had to guess, right off the bat. And we probably want to put a few levels in HP, even though it pains me a great deal to, you know, slow ourselves down even slightly here. But, dude, 10 levels this early is kind of ridiculous, I think. It's not there. Which means we're actually screwed. So just give up. Not in life. Just in getting to that time door. Because we need to slow ourselves down, I think. You know, we were rushing for it. And there was a good reason to do so. Once it became clear that it was mathematically highly unlikely we were going to make it there, I think we made the right decision. Cut our losses. Takes a strong person to cut their losses. I mean, we were not off by a lot of time there, and those are scrolls that, you know, in a very strict sense, we can't get back. That being said, we also can't get our life back, so... I feel like we've made the mature decision, let's put it that way. So I am just absolutely loving the fact, doesn't normally go down like this. I'm loving the fact that we're one-hit KOing strong enemies, like enemies that are only here because of the fact that we're on a slightly higher difficulty level. And I think that that might vindicate us for taking so many levels in tactics early, you know? I do think that to some extent, and my choice of how to approach most runs kind of fits in with this. Best offense, or the best defense is a good offense, to some extent. If you can kill enemies before they can even attack, you're in a good spot. Do the balanced blade. Comes with a level of tactics. Comes with elemental synergies. Cannot be sold. That last part isn't a bonus, but... Getting, like, level 1 and level 2 equipment is so nice because even if the equipment's garbage, there's a reason to keep it around. Keep in mind, dude, that's a single death orb. And we can use double death orbs. So I am thinking, you know, there's a lot of potential synergies, and we've used a lot of them as well. We have no gold, which is highly fair. We only need to get 15,000. You know, before Baguette, we were finishing runs with like 70,000 gold. So 15,000 is fine. We're not even close to being there, but once we beat the boss, we'll get a little closer. If we could get some kind of control, by which I mean, yeah, really smart idea there. If we can get some kind of control, and by control I just mean freezing. Basically any form of freezing. Although, I say any form, what I really mean is, please God give me Frost Blast. Well, that's one way to farm cells. What? We're gonna have to use a heal. What's actually, like, indicative of the fact that we're in a great spot is the fact that I actually feel like using one heal is like an admission that we've done something terribly wrong. Why do I... oh, we might not even have to. Why do I think that? Well, because we haven't had to really use a heal up to this point. Okay, you know what? You got me. You deserve to get me. I believe we get a heal either before... I think we get a heal after the boss, now that I think about it. But it's just... I guess I would feel bad about using a heal right now because it seems preventable. Like... I'm mad. We got a lot of that HP back, but I'm still a little upset. Oh, upset's not the right word. That's too strong. But hey, tonic, actually. Heals 121 HP. What a piece of garbage. More scrolls, please. Might not surprise you, but I'm feeling a little under-scrolled in two particular categories. In a couple of categories, I'm feeling amazing, dude. There is a certain element of like, we could have a little bit more HP right now. Just in case we ever end up needing it. You know, for now we're looking pretty good. Things change, though. Alright. We're free to go. And I remember, it's like 17 minutes or something like that to beat the boss. We got a super good build for beating the boss, I think. So I'm not really concerned about that. Just kind of wondering, you know, where have all the scrolls gone? Long time passing. Oh, see, there. All you got to do is do your best Daniel Johnston impression, and you're good. Easy money. This is probably our exit area, is my guess. Now, I know I said, and this is why you can never trust what I say in these videos. I know I said we need more HP, and then I immediately put this into damage instead. And they are, at this point, strictly exclusive from one another. Because of the fact that we've got so many levels in it to begin with. But again, that's why I said you can't you can't trust me in these at this stage in a video, because you know I have the flow chart. Until I get to 20 damage, or 20 in our primary damage stat, I'm gonna keep pumping stats in there. Don't even, I know gold is still valuable, like we actually do need it, but I don't think it's worth possibly taking damage just to get the like 1,000 gold over there. Like, it's worth so little. Our equipment is so good, we shouldn't need to replace it anytime soon, with the exception of course, wanting a purple scaling primary weapon. And we'll see if that becomes more available up here. We probably do want some means with which to replenish our HP, so I gotta think about this. The DPS is not worth that much. What about extra DPS if you're close to a skill? No parry. They heal you over time. Eating food gives you extra DPS. Food's effect increases. I think we want to recover 3 of HP. Or get plus 30% HP. It's like 3 HP is not a lot, but when you remember, like, you know, we're going to be killing a decent amount of enemies and we have no other means to heal, this might be worth something. 30% extra HP. If you run the numbers, you'll probably find you need to kill like 1,000 enemies for that to be worthwhile to take this option, but maybe we will kill 1,000 enemies. Still endeavoring not to get hit. Dude, the damage is pretty swell. Like, ooh, almost got hit there. Would have been a tragedy. My dude is getting severely chunked. It's kind of vindication, like that this is an okay way to run your life. Now, I did take a little hit there, but we don't need to heal, because we could find... Oh, we will need to heal. Yeah, we'll probably need to heal. Although... Ooh, Wolf Trap is colorless, shoots a volley of arrows. Extra damage to a bleeding target, gives us a level. Wolf Trap 3L. I mean, it seems pretty good. But it's not a death orb, so on the other hand... What a hilarious conundrum we have when death orbs seem to be working so well for us. Hello, Forge Lord. I forgot that that's how this works now. Let me hit this time door up that only had 30 seconds left. That gold is actually worth quite a lot. Okay. Now, we're going to just continually focus on getting to better than 10%. We do get a new heal, so we'll heal up. Even though we know we're going to get food, we can't store 5 heals. So, this is sensible. And again, one day we will return to the Slumbering Sanctuary, but for now, this Stilt Village, something I got my eye on. Get in here real quick. Now, don't be a fool. Isn't it a little weird? And I'm not mad, because that means I've lost. But isn't it a little weird that the time door for this village and the one for the boss are 2.5 minutes apart from one another? It just seems to me like that makes no sense. But I might not understand game design. And I say might when the answer is definitely does not understand it. But it's in early access. It's a very minor complaint. This is a big floor. You might think I say that too often. Not every floor is a big floor. The first floor in this game... I'm not going to do it. The first floor in this game tends to not really be a big floor. You know, it tends to be an easy floor. Now, would we have died? I think it's too convenient to say we would have, and thus we made the right decision. All I'll say is that, you know, yes, I am without fault and am a genius. What do you do for damage? 1280. What? Inflicts a critical hit at long range. The DPS is so good. So forget the balanced blade. And the only reason I say that forget the balanced blade is because the explosive crossbow is getting it done early. So I'm definitely not gonna get rid of our explosive crossbow. It kills enemies. It takes forever. But it kills enemies. Ice Shard is tempting. I gotta try this out. This doesn't happen that often. I mean, that's some pretty solid damage. So, we have no fast attacks anymore. Might not be the end of the world, though. You see where I'm kind of struggling with this run right now? And it's not like a genuine struggle, to be honest. It's which bow do I take? It's dead cells, dead cells. Gotta make decisions in dead cells. Everybody looking forward to them. Does this, like marksman bow, it has ammo. So that's a knock on it. The critical hits are just outrageous, though. It also shoots an arrow upwards. You lose the level of tactics, but I'm not sure if you noticed. Kind of doing okay in that department. So we're taking Ice Shard. I sold the wrong thing. I want to save scum. I accidentally dropped the wrong crossbow. That's a pretty classic NL gaff there. So, hey, on the bright side, swarm of biters, right? So that's a pretty major mistake. I mean, the crits look like they were doing roughly 4 times, well, roughly 3 times the amount of damage. Doesn't seem that bad, though. Like, as much as I accept that on a logical, like, intellectual level, I am oh my god. I am a fool and a moron for my idiotic decision. On an actual, like, gameplay level, I'm like, we're still doing real well. Like, this build is still definitely doable, so don't throw good HP after bad, you know what I mean? Like, or don't throw the whole run away, I guess. The baby out with the bathwater is the expression I'm more apt to use here. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater just because, you know, you made one mistake and you're a little embarrassed. People are going to be calling for you to get a brain scan, and then you go to the doctor and you go, hey, my Twitch chat told me to get a brain scan, and they say, why did they tell you to get a brain scan? And you're like, well, I made a mistake in a video game, and it's a whole thing. Take it from me. Hey, let me out. Can you teleport into the 3rd dimension here? I certainly hope not. We do have money, but I don't really want to spend it on re-rolling, because I'm already happy with my cable service, i.e. my items. What I want, though... Come get me. Let's go. What I want is the money to upgrade. Because not everything's a +2. Yeah, the crossbow, and I mean, if we really wanted to get finicky... Oh, you idiot. If we really wanted to go for it, we could upgrade Ice Shard to level, to 2+ as well. I actually think it's, like, the best use of money that exists in this game. Full stop, not being facetious. I say that because it's basically like buying scrolls. As much damage as we're taking, I don't think we're really dropping the ball that much. Now, it's a little scary down here. I'll be the first to tell you that. Could use vampirism temporarily. Not gonna do that, obviously. I tell you one thing, man. I love having 17 levels in our primary skill this early. Like, I'm looking and possibly feeling like a snack right now. So previously it was 20, we need a key first, but it was 22 minutes in order to get the Forgotten Sepulchre time limit. Now, I don't recall. Wow, wow. Okay, so first off, let's focus on the positive. There is no positive. You're about to die. Okay, let's focus on the positive. You get a new mutation. What's the negative? I got comboed pretty hard right there. In a situation in which, you know, we really should not have just a string of pretty bad decisions happening in a relatively short amount of time. And it's gonna happen sometimes. I'm not beating myself up over it too hard. We also use the heal, and believe you me, I would have preferred to have not done that. How did I... Oh, I see. Now, I really, I'm gonna put as many reallys up there as you'll allow me to. I really don't want to miss this timed door, because it's 2 scrolls, and you can just look at our HP right now, and you know what I'm looking for. Now, am I gonna take, wow. Am I gonna take HP? Absolutely. Why am I gonna take HP? It's very simple. If we don't, I think we'll die. That's about as deep as I think you need to go with that. Keep in mind, it doesn't look good on an HP front right now. But we do also... Nice. I was so freaked out there for a second. I was like, where do we go? We do also gain 3 HP per enemy kill. There's not a lot of HP. But it's also not 0. Hello. I wish I could give you something. Maybe with the Hunter's blueprint thing I could. So, first off... Why can't I make you ++? Oh, you are ++. It's just your level 1. Sure, I'll make you ++. You know why? I want the stats, and you gave me good ones. I don't really want these modifiers. Sure, I can live with that. Yeah, I'm not upset with this. Ugh. Now you give me a mutation. Give me plus 30% HP. We should heal, because, you know, things get scary down here. And we still have 2 heals, and after this is the clock tower. We don't really have a good way to freeze enemies. I know we have the ice shard, but I mean, like, freeze them in place. But I still think the boss might not be that hard. Definitely, we've started to play a little bit worse down here, though. So we should be wise as we move onwards. And it's slow going, but you know, already HP up there, it's almost doubled from a floor ago, I think. Remember being at roughly 1,000 HP down there. So if we put most, or really not most, but almost all... Oh, what? A real grenade? Almost all of our remaining scrolls that we receive into these HP ups, I think we'll be leaving a happy camper. I am trying to shoot... Oh my god. I am trying to shoot every enemy, basically. Because the only way we're ever going to get... And now it's 4 HP. But the only way we're ever going to get 4 HP to heal us for a lot is to, you know, get it to add up, basically. I almost want to take this, but it's just bad optics, because the ice shards, as bad as they are, and I think they might be horrendous, you know, there's still, the DPS is better than the blood sword. Should give you some indication of where we stand from the perspective of, and why did I go for 21 there? Because we get a little closer to getting 5 HP per enemy that we kill, I think. Hello? If it's only going to be a 1% difference, I'd rather get to that HP fixing as soon as possible. And we got to be real cautious here, because I saw there's the elite. That's all well and good. I was just about to say it's about to break. Everything you say to me. Of course, there's a lantern in the elite room. So I guess that's where we're gonna fight. Just be cool. Just be cool. You got him. Amulet time, please? Amulet time. Dude. Not bad. Minus 20% damage received. And a frantic sword that's colorless. You have to. Look at the DPS in this. This is absurd. Yeah. Yeah, you have to. And the explosive crossbow is doing just fine. I hate that we took damage there, but look at our HP, man. Like, after all that, we're coming out kind of smelling like a rose. I demand lanterns, thank you. Can't afford any of that, my friend. I wish that things were different, but they're not. Well, I don't really care if they're different. As long as we're over 15,000, which we stand a pretty good chance to become. We're going to take some hits here, I think. I'm losing it. Okay, finally we found a light. Good lord. So we're at the point, we have to kill like 200 enemies. In order to recover our HP. Oh, look at the dirty placement on that. I can't even be mad. Even though I obviously extremely am. That is maddening. Yeah, there we go. 5 HP after an enemy dies now. Who's sweating it, dude? I'm not sweating it. We're only going to have 1 heal for the boss fight and then 1 heal after that. Almost got too nervous and threw that one. But hey, now I'm actually like, I'm reminded. Because after the last episode, I was, you know, perhaps justifiably a little disheartened. And we can actually attack with our melee weapon. It's in a whole new world here. I was justifiably a little disheartened. I was like, you know, I suck. But also, I don't want to play this game anymore if I'm going to die in 1 hit all the time. And then I realized now, of course, that that was just an emotional and juvenile reaction to me thinking that I had bested the game because my curse gambit worked the first time I tried it. And then the second time I tried it, I faced the risk that makes it dangerous in the first place. And when it didn't work, there's nothing I could have done, you know? Now that I'm having a much better run, although albeit not a run that is completely safe from the kinds of danger that can, you know, ruin your existence in this game. I'm reminded of, you know, what makes the game strong. Hello. Okay. Now that damage pains me, but we're going to be able to get it back pretty quickly. So I am thinking about taking some tactics levels now, which is probably the exact wrong way to approach this run at this point in our existence. But I don't know, I'm feeling a lot better now. We've radically improved our equipment. Another scroll I missed. Okay, we'll go back for that, obviously. I think, you know, 18 levels of tactics, especially knowing that there's more to come, you know, we should be relatively pleased with this. 6 HP after an enemy dies. I think, all things considered, slowing that down to make sure that we didn't take damage was worth taking, you know, maybe like 100 damage. We're not on 4 levels of cells. 4 levels of cells. Jeez Louise. So we have a... Oh, that's well worth it now. We have a real, you know, difficult time ahead of us when it comes to this boss fight. If we had another heal, I wouldn't feel so bad. But with only 1 heal, you know, there's not a whole lot of room to be making mistakes in there. And don't forget that even after you beat the boss, it's not like you get full heals. You get the privilege of moving on to the castle fight. Or the castle floor, I should say. And probably you're going to want to just run through that as fast as possible. We'll see how things look. Plus 50% damage when you're at max HP. We lose a level of tactics to gain a meager amount of DPS. I really think this is not worth it. But I'm going to do it anyway. And the reason I'm going to do it, even though we've invested so much money in that, I worry that I'd be kind of falling victim to the sunk cost fallacy. You know, if we spend the money... Yeah. If we spend the money to upgrade this crossbow, it will eventually just be better. It might not give us a level in the same thing, admittedly. Just making sure. You don't want to leave anything behind, except your regrets. Might... Oh, clock room. Might still be a scroll or two to grab here. I don't want to fight. Or I think you get, like, some gold for going down there. Big friggin' whoop. So contrary to what you might be thinking to look at it right now, I still think there's a very realistic chance that there's a win lying within this run somewhere. Just can't do it. Like, so often we seem to find this exact situation. You should go up. That was pretty painful. So often we seem to find this exact situation right near the end of the game. Now, do you have anything useful down here? Well, you have 8,500 gold for 10 cells, which might just be the worst deal I've ever heard in my entire life. And we're just gonna leave. Now, I have to remind myself, although our HP looks bad, we came down to this floor with like 1,500 and we're leaving with 7,000. So we're actually, our HP is way, way, way better than it used to be. This is gonna take almost all of our gold, but at the same time, like, how can you deny it, dude? Oh, we do get a heal early. Hopefully we won't need it, but we'll see. Now I'm very... on edge would be the right word to describe how I feel right now, but this is a good opportunity for forward momentum for us. Most important, that's gonna hurt. Get in there, recover. We recovered a little. Most important thing, don't be afraid. No! We're gonna have to... No! yeah, let's finish this and all that. But first, can I heal up? We're gonna have to use our sword. Our sword does so much more damage than I'm giving it credit for. Man. I have to stop getting hit by the obvious fishing attack. Oh! Oh, and it's brutal. It was such a fun run, and I dropped the ball so hard against this boss. But beyond that, now we're on like 2,000 gold. Oh well. It was a fun run. I enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya!